Look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I wasn't expecting to see a new entry into the Legend of Zelda series until the next Nintendo Switch. I also wasn't expecting to get a Zelda game where Zelda was playable until I was probably like 67 or something. It's just, in my mind, that was just like the farthest thing for what was gonna happen right now. So when I watched the trailer for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, I was actually pretty hyped and surprised because I wasn't expecting anything going into this. And probably like the other Zelda diehards out there, I think I've watched this trailer at least like 50 plus times, whether that be on my own time or through watching somebody else's reaction. So today, we're just gonna go over 5 things you may have missed watching the trailer for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And before I start, leave a comment below on something that you think most people have probably missed while watching the trailer for this game. So in the gameplay trailer, when they start to explain how echoes work, Zelda is trying to climb up a cliff and she's just repeatedly jumping before she builds 3 tables to get up the cliff. While that doesn't seem that important, it lets us know that Zelda herself has a jump button, which is probably the first jump button in a 2D Zelda game that does not involve an item. Usually in 2D Zelda games, you have to have Rock's Feather or Rock's Cape so you can just perform a jump. Throughout the gameplay, you'll notice that the UI for the D-pad is on the screen at almost all times. And the only thing so far on it is the icon for the Tri-Rod. This makes me question, will Zelda be getting weapons or items like Link has in the past? Will she be getting more magical powers that'll go in those spots? I don't know, but it feels very intentionally done. Because why is the Tri-Rod the only thing that we can see? If you're paying attention closely, you'll notice that every time Zelda makes an echo, triangles from behind Tri go over whatever Zelda creates. And the number of triangles depends on whatever Zelda decides to make an echo of. This is also indicated in the UI, where there will be a different number of triangles depending on what echo you have selected. So far, a bed or a box is 1 triangle, moblins or most creatures are 2, and then really powerful creatures are 3, like the Re-Dead that we see at the end of the gameplay trailer. I like this idea of putting echoes on a resource because it does what Mr. Ayanuma said, not every playthrough will be the same. For instance, somebody could have a Re-Dead stun everything, summon a moblin to clean it up, while I'm over here just making like an arena of beds and forcing like moblins to fight. Another minor thing that I noticed in this trailer is that certain echoes and objects just have a specific weight to them. In the wind blowing section, you'll notice that the box that Zelda jumps off of gets pushed off by the wind and just falls off the cliff, while the decorative scrub like doesn't budge at all. It also kind of leads me to believe that there's a different physics system compared to other 2D Zelda games, which I mean, it makes sense. They've had a lot of experience messing with that type of thing with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. The last thing I want to point out is the type of characters that we see throughout the trailer. In one part of the trailer, we see Zelda jumping into what seems to be Gerudo Town and a Gerudo just kind of chilling. They haven't really appeared in many 2D Zelda games outside of Four Zora's Adventures, so that's kind of interesting. Later on, there's a scene of the River Zoras and the Sea Zoras interacting, which never happened in a Zelda game before. They've been in the same game before, which is Oracle of Ages, but they have never once interacted. It looks like they're going through some type of dispute or trying to come to some sort of agreement. Eventually, we come to a scene with a Deku Scrub, and this Deku Scrub is based on the models from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. He seems to start up a little pop-up shop. And lastly, we have our first ever inclusion of a Deku Tree in a 2D Zelda game. And this Deku Tree looks almost one-to-one like the one from Ocarina of Time. Granted, it might be the Deku Sprout that grew into the Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time. And those are the 5 things that stood out the most to me in the Echoes of Wisdom trailer. If you like this style of video, leave a like, leave a comment, share it. Helps a lot in the algorithm. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I appreciate anybody who took the time to listen to me yap about Zelda. Can't wait for this game to release, and I'll see you guys next time.